everyone. Thank you for joining us for our webinar and panel discussion today. My name is Courtney Cox. I'm a proud TU alum, and I'm also one of our admissions counselors here. So I work with students from the local area in Baltimore County, but we have students here from all over the state of Maryland here to tell you what life is like on Towson's campus. So we asked all of you in our Facebook group what kind of popular questions you had that would help make your final decisions. We know May 1st is quickly approaching, so we want to make sure we give you that inside scoop. So without further ado, I will have our panelists introduce themselves, and we'll start with your name, major, and your hometown.
Awesome. Hi everyone, I'm Sophia Rampola. I'm from Reisterstown, Maryland, and I'm an accounting major.
Hi everyone, my name is Edmund Savage. I'm a senior this year majoring in electronic media and film and from Baltimore, Maryland.
Hi, I'm Megan Keel and I study mass communication with a track in public relations and advertising, and I'm from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Hi everybody, my name is Maddie Keene. I'm studying elementary education with a minor in theater, and I'm from Fallston, Maryland.
Hello everyone, my name is Adriana Fazzo. I am a communications major with a mass comm minor, and I am from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Thank you. Now, after this panel discussion, make sure you stay tuned. We will have a live chat Q&A at 6:30 p.m. with our admissions counselors. So if you have questions that the panelists don't answer, feel free to stay on the chat for that. Or if you don't have questions right away, but you want to stay on the chat to read through the questions, maybe benefit from what your peers are asking, we encourage that as well. So our first question is, what stood out to you about TU the most when you were making your decisions?
Well, I guess I'll kick it off then. I just remember going to TU4U with my family, and it was just a really great, welcoming environment. That's like when all the different clubs come out and different sports teams and things like that, and it was just a really great, welcoming environment. I felt immediately right at home, and I just felt really welcomed, and people definitely really wanted to know me and really wanted me there. So I'd say TU4U was definitely my deciding moment.
Yeah, for me it was a tour. I did a campus tour before I made my decision, and Towson University is a beautiful campus. I immediately fell in love walking around and getting to see all of the buildings, so that's what really helped me decide to come here.
I really was drawn to all the opportunities off campus and in the surrounding area, and I love the area around Towson's campus. Like, we're so close to the city. For me personally, I was still kind of close to home if I wanted to be home, which was really nice, on top of all the opportunities on campus. So it really made it the perfect fit.
Great. Well, I'm glad that you brought up TU4U and coming for a campus tour. Those are all ways that you all can visit as well. If you haven't visited Towson's campus, TU4U is our admitted student celebration that kicks off in April. So we have 2 different days you can sign up for that. And then our campus tours go on throughout the semester, Mondays through Saturdays. And we have special admitted student tours that you can sign up for as well, where our admissions counselors actually walk you through what are your next steps to enrollment. So we have those special kind of population events for you. Now, our next question actually comes from one of our admitted students named Sean. He asked, what's the most stressful thing about freshman year?
Something that's difficult with being a freshman is getting adjusted to campus. It's your first time being away from your family, your first time gaining a sense of independence. And for myself, I think the hardest thing I struggled with was managing my time. And that's something that you start to learn about a little bit in high school, but I think college is where you really perfect those skills. And having a calendar, having a planner definitely helps with my time management, and also making sure that I'm not overextending myself as well.
I also struggled a lot with getting to know people. Back at home, it wasn't as hard as it was whenever I got to Towson, but just learning how to get involved really helped with that. There's tons of clubs, which if you go to TU4U, you'll see some of those things. So that's a good first glance at those. And just going to involvement fairs that are at the beginning of every semester really also helps. You can put down your email and literally anything that you're interested in, and then the emails will start flooding through, and you can kind of filter through your interests and meet people that way.
Now, Chloe asked, how did you adjust with being away from your family and living on campus?
Yeah, I'd say it was definitely an adjustment. I had a kind of special situation in the sense of I'm from here, it's about 30 minutes away from campus, but my family actually relocated after I accepted my accepted going to Towson. So it definitely, you have to just try and find your people. So like ways we've said before, like going to those involvement fairs, and like maybe sometimes your roommate becomes a really close friend. So just like definitely finding your people there that you have at home, or your family. Like you just kind of create your own family here for sure.
And I always call my parents whenever I'm walking home
Yes.
from class. Even still, sometimes those walks home from class can be a little bit lonely if you don't have a buddy to walk with. But you always have your phone or laptop to call or FaceTime whenever you have the time to do that.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. We do have like the text alerts on campus. So even if your parents want to stay connected, like when we have snow days, any kind of closures, even traffic alerts, we'll get those too. Your parents can also get that as well if they're concerned about that. Now, this next question was our top voted question. It's the most popular. This comes from Paige. What's the food like, honestly?
I'm actually a transfer student, and part of my reason for transferring to Towson was because there were so many food options. I love sushi on campus. Panda Express is one of my favorites, so I can make it like a little journey to come over to West Village away from all the academic side of campus. So those are some of my favorites.
Yeah. We also have au bon pain, which is kind of like Panera Bread, and like I said, I'm an education major, so that's kind of the in-house food place in the education building, so I'm constantly getting smoothies from there. They have like make your own salads, like sandwiches, like everything is really great there
AVP
too.
is amazing. There are a lot of things to eat on campus, but what I really like are the options that are off campus. Towson has a great dining selection, but I love being able to go uptown, which is not too far from here, and get a bite to eat. There's a lot of pizza places, a lot of Chinese food. There's the mall where they have like Chick-fil-A. There's even a Chick-fil-A on campus, which is super cool. So food is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. For the off-campus options, Nando's is definitely my personal favorite, but I think even on campus, of our 18 different locations, everyone has different options. So for myself, I would say that Einstein's would be my favorite choice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. We got good food, y'all. Don't be concerned. Well, kind of tying off of what you talked about, some of the off-campus options, we did have Allie in our group ask what are the best places to go to off-campus. So I guess aside from food, what else do you all do?
The
there?
mall. I love the mall. I used to work at the mall. Yeah, and I feel like they are constantly renovating the mall to have the most up-to-date stores. Not only does it have good food, but the entire like Towson area is super fun. There's a lot of things to do out here, so I love Uptown.
Yeah. The mall also just got Round 1, which is a bowling alley and arcade, which is really cool.
Super fun.
And
They
then,
also
got
have
karaoke.
yeah, so it's a lot of fun. And then you also have the movie theater, which is right across the street from the mall. They have discounted student nights on Tuesdays, so go see cheap movies that just came out, which is also really cool.
Yeah. And I'm from the immediate Baltimore area, so I'm pretty familiar with not only Towson, but also my home as well. So I spend a lot of time going to like the Baltimore Museum of Art. We also have different restaurants and shops in Baltimore as well. And we actually provide a college town shuttle, which will take you not only to our school here at Towson, but other schools in the area along with the Inner Harbor.
For free.
For free.
Yeah. And I know something else that I remember from other previous freshman students that would come in, we have like Target nearby too.
yeah.
So if
Walmart.
students, when they move in and they forget an item and they're like, oh, I really need that extra pair of bed sheets or something like that, they can go to that Target, which is really close. It's like, what, less than 10 minutes away, I think. Yeah, so there's a lot of different things you can buy or do off campus as well. Now, Angel asked, how do you manage between school life and personal life?
Scheduling, like 100%. I have a journal where like if it's a really, really busy week, like I just have to like schedule myself out by like time. So I'm like, okay, I have class time, I have this 2-hour break, and like I need to make sure I'm eating and then doing my homework. Like it sounds like a lot, but just like that's how my brain works when it's like a really, really busy week. I need to make sure like any free moment I'm using it to the fullest so I can make sure I'm doing my studies, I'm involved in a lot of clubs, and just like of course personal life, and just like sometimes you just need to be like, okay, 15 minutes, I'm just gonna breathe. Like I'm just gonna like go on Instagram, like scroll on TikTok, whatever you like to do, and just kind of relax a little bit. So
I'm totally the same way.
Yeah.
Planning, I use Google Calendars to the full extent. I use the post-it note option on my computer. I have my physical planner. So 100% at college will make you a planner.
Time management is the most important thing in terms of being successful.
Absolutely.
While we do have classes and work and other things just going on in our personal lives, I think time management is the one thing that I always try to emphasize to students. And for myself, I think what I do is practicing self-care, what self-care is for myself is writing in a journal every night before I go to bed, just reflecting a little bit on my day. Other people might do shopping, face masks, just sort of figure out what works for you.
Now, Rushil wants to know, do many students work on or off campus, and how easy is it to find part-time work?
I think it's super easy in this vicinity. There's a lot of opportunities both on and off. I've had, and I still have, an on-campus and an off-campus job. You want to make sure that you're not piling on too much, but if you're looking for, work to do, I work at the admissions office, and I think everyone here does work for Towson as well. And I also work at an elementary school. So there's a lot of opportunities. It's just a matter of going out and finding them.
Yeah, I personally worked 3 jobs on campus, 2 during the semester and 1 on the off season, so during the winter or summer. So Towson has a really great portal, we call it Handshake, and so they list all on-campus jobs whenever they become available on that portal, and you just sign in with your TU, net password, and ID, which you already have. So everyone has an account, so definitely utilize that resource. That's how all of us have probably got
Yeah.
So there are multiple options, and they also will post for internships, any other career activities,
Off-campus jobs.
Off-campus jobs. They also have a LinkedIn photo booth day that you can sign up through the Handshake portal, so get that good headshot done.
Also with Handshake, I've gotten a job with a pet sitting company. So talk about self-care. Walking dogs is the best job ever. And it's just in the general area. I mean, I've walked dogs here in Towson and right here in Baltimore. So it's really convenient and fun to get paid to do something that I like on top of my on-campus job that I do during the week.
Yeah, we also have our career center on campus. They have job fairs, internship fairs. The mega job fair is the largest one that we have throughout the year, and that's usually in the spring semester. But just even throughout your time here at Towson, whether it's your freshman year all the way through senior year, you can use Handshake or go to those different fairs for opportunities. We also have a really large alumni network that are still in the area. So a lot of times those alumni come back to Towson to mentor students or to look for interns to hire for the different companies they work for. So there's endless possibilities really to look for any kind of part-time work or just practical experience in the field. So that wraps up all the questions that I had for you today from our Facebook group. So thank you to you all for these questions that you voted for. Make sure you stay tuned for our Q&A, which will start at 6:30, so that should be starting soon. And again, even if you don't have questions right away, we encourage you to stay on and just read along with the types of questions that students ask. We hope that this was helpful. Thank you, panelists, for your time.
Of course, thank you.
If you're not on our Facebook group, make sure you join. It's Towson University Class of 2024 official Facebook group. Make sure it's the official one, not a fake one out there. We also have other social media networks that you can follow us on. So if you're not a Facebook person, you can check us out on Instagram, Twitter. We're active on those too. We'll post all those pages for you to follow us on. But yeah, thank you for joining us.
Bye.